Okay, we are live now. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunpadi Pashati Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, just to give a background of where we are reading the second chapter of the first section of the Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu. Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu is divided into 4 sections, and we are reading the first section. And within first section, we have multiple chapters. We are reading the second chapter, and under that, we are looking into Vaidhi Bhakti. And within Vaidhi Bhakti, we are looking into the different angas of Bhakti or different items of devotional service. So, last time we saw 20 items and which are considered to be the door to bhakti. That means everyone needs to perform. Whoever is interested in doing devotional service. And the first 10 are the do's, and the second 10 are the don'ts. Now we'll continue from 21st onward. Okay. So the next one is Dhritihi Vaishnava Chiknanam. So Vaishnava Chikna, that the symbols of Vaishnavas, such as wearing a kantimala, putting tilak, all these are symbols of Vaishnava. So bearing that on our body, that is also a devotional service. Harehe Nama Aksharasya Cha. So we can also bear the names of the Lord, syllables of the names of the Lord on our body. You can write it with the Gopi Chandan. If you go to Vrindavan, they stamp on your head with Radha. Or you can, some people even do a tattoo on their body. Those are also fine. And then you have Nirmalya Adehe. So accepting the remnants of the Lord. Such as flower garlands. Whatever are dresses, whatever is used by the Lord, we accept it and then we take it. Tasya agre tandavam, dancing in front of the Lord. When we are saying, that accepting the remnants of the Lord or in front of the Lord, it is referring to the deity form of the Lord, whom we have access. Dandavat Nadi. So offering obeisances to the Lord like a rod. That is the meaning of Dandavat. Dandavat means like a rod. Natihi means offering obeisances. So we should offer obeisances like a rod. If you take a rod and then if you drop it, it just falls flat. There is no bending, which means, Shashtanga Namaskar. So like that. Abhyutanam. when you would see in traditional temples, they carry the deity, small deities in palanquin uh, around the temple. So when the Lord comes in the palanquin, or when the Lord comes in the chariot, in the Rath Yatra, waking up from our seat and then giving respect. Anuvrajya, and following the procession. So going along with the Ratha Yatra, when the going along with the Ratha, or going along with the palanquin of the Lord, that is also a devotional service. Gati Sthane, going to the places of the Lord, which includes going to holy places like we have Vrindavan, Mayapur, different dhams and tirthas, and also going to temples of the Lord, both going to the places of the Lord. Parikrama, doing parikrama around the Lord. In some temples in modern days, it's not possible, in ISKCON especially. But if you go to traditional temples, there is special provision for going around the Lord. You can do circumambulation. Archanam. Archanam is worship of the Lord. So this is for those who are qualified. That means those who have got a second initiation, in the sense that you offer items with the Diksha mantra of the Lord. So you do some purvangas like Bhuta Shuddhi and other things. You purify yourself. Then you all offer different articles to the Lord. When you are offering different articles to the Lord, you also offer them with your Diksha mantra. So that that requires second initiation. Paricharya means acting like a menial servant, or let's not put acting like a menial servant. So paricharya is more like worshipping the Lord like a king. Worshipping the Lord like a king means, to a king, what do you offer? You offer chamara. Hmm? You offer umbrella. You would have seen that, in though if big persons those days they come, there will be some people who will be holding the umbrella, and then some people will be offering chamara and music, playing music, all these things in front of the person. So treating the Lord like a king. So the chamara, you don't need a, chamara, umbrella, all these things when you're worshiping the Lord. You don't need a Diksha mantra. But when you're doing the archana, offering different articles, you would need the mantra. That's what Jiva Goswami says later. Geetam, singing in front of the Lord. Sankirtanam. Sankirtanam is loudly chanting. So loudly chanting names, qualities, pastimes of the Lord. Hmm? Kirtana means loudly chanting out. The next one is japa. Japa means very softly chanting. Different mantras like, Shri Krishna Namaha, and then you can chant the Hare Krishna mantra also. You can chant the Hare Krishna mantra as a kirtana also, and you can do it as a japa as well. The next one is Vigyapti. Vigyapti means humble requests. Like you can show yourself as a very fallen person in front of the Lord. You are a very lowly person, or you can um, offer different words, begging for mercy, or um, uh, what else? Even the offering of prayers would also come part of this. We'll see later, the different things under this category. Vidyarthi, humble request. Stavapataha. Stavapataha is recitation of stavas and stotras. Stava means which is already composed by somebody else. Stotra is which you yourself compose. You can write a prayer, you can write a poem for the Lord, and then you can recite in front of the Lord. Or you can read already existing one. So in your own composition, you will put your own emotions toward the Lord. The already existing ones, you just recite in front of the Lord and practice that, which would include, standard prayers. And you have the prayers of Kunti Maharani, and then you have the prayers of Brahma Samhita, or even reciting Gita in front of the Lord. All these things are devotional service. Swadaha Naivedya, tasting the food remnants of the Lord. Padya, tasting the food water of the Lord. Food water is, you wash the feet of the Lord, and then you can drink that. Dhupa Maryadi Saurabhyam, smelling the incense, flower garlands, etc., which includes perfume also, offer to the Lord. Which we would see that during the Arati time, we get all these things and then we smell them. Shri Murtehe Sprushtihi, touching the Lord, which is again for qualified people, those who have second initiation, they can touch the deity form of the Lord. Ikshanam, taking darshan of the Lord, seeing the Lord. Aratrika Utsava Adehecha, seeing the Arati, Aratrika, and festivals, puja, etc. of the Lord. So, this is part of our Sunday program also. The Arati is performed for the Lord, and then we witness it. Or when the Lord is being, when there are festivals conducted for the Lord, such as Janmashtami or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, we observe that, and then we see how the Lord is nicely decorated and how different festivities happen in front of the Lord. And also puja, somebody is worshipping the Lord, and we witness that as well. Aratrika mainly the lamp, offering of the lamp, and then puja is the other items, offering of other items. Shravanam, hearing of the names, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord. Tat kripa ikshanam, looking eagerly for the mercy of the Lord. Always in your mind, you are longing for the mercy of the Lord, which can also come as part of your stotra when you are composing poems or prayers toward the Lord. You can put this also, I'm eagerly looking for your mercy. However, also waiting patiently. We should not think that I know he's not giving me. I'm eagerly looking for it. No, we should wait patiently as well. But we are eagerly looking forward for that. That is from our side, we are eagerly looking, but we also understand whenever Lord is interested, he will give the mercy. No? The next one is Smriti. Smriti is remembrance. The next one is Dhyana, meditation. The difference between remembrance and meditation is that, in the remembrance, somehow or the other, you are engaging your mind with the Lord. Meditation is complete absorption. Here, the remembrance is not complete absorption. Meditation, however, is complete absorption. Meditation on what you can do, meditation on form of the Lord. Then pastimes of the Lord. And then service to the Lord. In your mind, you can do service to the Lord. You can offer 64 items of Bhoga to the Lord. You can perform nice arati in your mind. All these things you can do in meditation. Dasya, next one is Dasya. That is acting like a menial servant to the Lord. This Dasya, you should not mistake it as Dasya Rati or Dasya Rasa. The reason is that comes in the Prema stage and Bhava stage. Here we are talking about Sadhana Bhakti. In Sadhana Bhakti, you cannot have that Bhava or Prema. So here you're acting as a menial servant to the Lord. That relationship you are trying to develop, or that feelings you have for the Lord. Sakya, acting like a friend to the Lord. Same thing, you should not think this is Sakya Rasa. No. And again, we are talking about Vaidhi Bhakti. In Vaidhi Bhakti, more or less, you have Dasya predominantly there, and Sakya Rasa would be part of Raganuga Bhakti. Here, it's more or less like having a friendly, what you can say, you're acting like you're expressing your friendship toward the Lord. But again, this is little difficult to follow. Rupa Goswami himself acknowledges this one and the next one, which is Atmanivedanam, surrendering oneself to the Lord. These two are very difficult to follow in the sadhana stage. Surrendering oneself, what does it mean? You lose all your independence and you don't act anything for your own interest. Every step of you will be in the interest of the Lord. That is surrendering oneself. And then you don't care for your body anymore, which is very difficult, usually rare, this item. Again, acting like a friend of the Lord. This is also difficult in the sense that to a friend, how you would be eagerly attached and you would always follow after the Lord with a friendship. He is your friend. You'll be talking to him, and you'll be treating him like a friend, confidential things, revealing confidential things. All these things are difficult in the sadhana stage. Okay. Nija Priya Upaharanam. Giving up one's offer. So whatever is most cherished for you in this material world, so you offer that to the Lord. Nija Priya Upaharanam. Okay. So this completes 50 items. The first 20 items, next 30 items. We'll look at next 14 items in next session. And after that, Rupa Goswami will start talking about each individual item with several quotations from various scriptures, and more details will be coming. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Tanaspanam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time for us. So, what is this offering one's most cherished object in this material world to the Lord means? What exactly it is, Prabhu?
Suppose I like, I'm just giving an example. I like gulab jamun in the world. Wherever there is gulab jamun, I would like most. So you cook that and offer to the Lord. Or I like to wear a diamond necklace. Then you prepare a diamond necklace for the Lord and then you offer to the Lord. Whatever is most cherished for you, you offer that thing to the Lord. Or I like to lie down in a soft silk mattress. Then you offer that to the Lord. Or I like to travel in a very comfortable vehicle. Then you make a very nice vehicle for the Lord and then you offer that to the Lord. So whatever is very much you are interested upon, you are giving that to the Lord.
Then we can actually take it later after offering to the Lord. We can take it as a prasadam and use it. Or
Yeah, you can, or you can permanently offer to the Lord as an ornament. Like for example, the diamond necklace can be offered permanently to the Lord as well. The idea is not that we will show to the Lord and then we will start using it.
because we have given a gulab jam example, right? So we offer it to the Lord and then we eat it, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, we don't keep that in front of the Lord, the gulab jamun. But the whole idea is that it is for the Lord. It is not just I will show to the Lord and I will take it. That mentality should not be there. Whatever is can be, kept with the Lord, we should keep it with the Lord. For example, the necklace what I said, you can give it to the Lord. You can take it and wear also as remnant, but that's not your offering your most cherished item. You're more or less having that desire to use it for yourself, but then you're showing to the Lord before that. So the idea is to give it to the Lord, whatever you like the most.
So, is it okay to understand like something we actually like the most and we sacrifice it for the Lord or give it to the Lord and we don't do that? I mean, suppose if we like one item like gulab jamun, suppose we like, I suppose I like gulab jamun, suppose, and I actually, make it and offer it to the Lord, but I don't eat it.
Yeah, you can do that also. You can give it to others.
Yeah. And I completely leave that for the, is it considered as a pleasure of the Lord if I give it up because I like it, but I want to sacrifice it for the Lord. Some
Yeah,
devotees.
you sacrifice it for the Lord, but these items, usually are given to others or taken as remnants of the Lord. So you can eat yourself also, but the mentality shouldn't be there that I am cooking for myself. That's the most. If you cannot avoid it, you can give it to others as well, just to remove that mentality that I am cooking for myself.
Yes, Prabhu, I understand now. So another question is like in the 46, you said meditation, right? Meditation on the form of pastimes, a service like offering some food, boga in the mind, right? Sorry for asking you silly question.
Yeah. So no, let's once again before you jump into the next question, Shankarananda Prabhu, you want to add anything?
Prabhu, I think you made it a very nice point. But yeah, we are not interested in bhoga. We are not interested in tyaga also. Devotee is not interested in tyaga that, okay, I will leave or give up nice gulab jamun, which I like. I'll give it to Krishna and distribute to others. No. So we are not interested in tyaga also, not in bhoga also. But the idea is, as Prabhuji was saying, when you're offering to the Lord, it should not be that once Krishna eats, then yeah, I'm going to eat it. So that should not be the mindset that I'm doing it for Krishna. And the best thing would be, if you do it sometime when you actually cannot eat, like suppose Ekadashi, you're following Nirjala Ekadashi. You can make the favorite of your item and offer to Krishna. You cannot eat it. You distribute to others.
Right. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, bro. That was helpful.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, Madhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I had a question. I had posted in the chat.
Oh, I didn't see. Yes. What is the question?
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't see any question in the chat.
Oh, really? I don't know what happened. I had posted. So I had a question about, you mentioned about the difference between stava and stotra.
Hmm.
So stotra, you mentioned that it is what we compose, what we might compose. But we have standards of stotras also, right? Vishnu Sahasranam and all this stotras, right? So
Yeah.
like,
So, Jiva Goswami addresses that point, though the general difference between stava and stotra is which is already composed, stotra is you compose on your own. But the main that's just an external difference. The internal difference is that stava is somebody's emotion, is you're offering to the Lord. You're reading it, practicing it for yourself. Like Kunti Maharani prayers. It's not your emotion to the Lord, it is Kunti Maharani's emotions to the Lord, and then you practice that for to purify yourself. Whereas stotra is you're offering your own emotions to the Lord. And suppose I'm following after the footsteps of Kunti Maharani, then my emotions are also included in that. So, even though you may offer Kunti Maharani's prayers, because your emotions are also, toward the Lord is in that direction, then that is also becoming a stotra. Same with the recitation of Gita. Gita is also glorification of the Lord. You want to glorify the Lord in that way, but it is already written in Gita. But you yourself want to glorify the Lord in that way, then that also becomes a stotra. It is about your emotions versus already somebody else composed emotions.
thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for clarifying. And the Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra, is it from any specific scripture or by a person?
Vishnu Sahasranam is from Mahabharata, I think.
I see. Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, thank you.
Prabhuji, I have a follow-up on so stotras, right? So what you explained. So we don't have capacity to compile stotras. So whatever is there related to our mood in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we can actually recite them, right?
Yes, yes. You can do that. You can, you can compose poem in your own language also, Telugu or Hindi, or you can, or English, or you can write simple prayers also and decorate it how much ever your capacity allows.
So grammar is okay, na? I mean, if grammar is not perfect, then it's also fine. Because
Yes.
publishing or anything like that, just between us and the Lord, right? Is it okay?
Yes, yes, yes. That is what we have that verse, right? I forgot that verse. Talks about the Sanskrit was Krishnaya and Krishna, Vishnave and Vishnaya. What is that? Somebody knows?
Vishnave Prabhu.
Vishnaya.
Dhiro vadati.
Yes, bro. Please.
Go ahead.
Murko vadati Vishnaya, Dhiro vadati Vishnave, Ubhayorapi samam punyam, Bhavagragi Janardana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bhagavan.
The Murka says Vishnaya. That's actually grammatically wrong. It should be Vishnave. Okay. Krishnaya is fine, but Vishnu, when it comes, you have to say Vishnave. You should not say Vishnaya. But he says Vishnaya Namaha. That is fine because the Lord is looking at the bhava of the devotee. Again, because of his incapability. If I have the capability to develop myself, I should not simply, for laziness, I just compose whatever I want. I won't even put effort. The whole point is that you put a little bit effort to the Lord, as a service. That's the thing.
Yes, Prabhu. So for another.
Another, if you want, you can compose the prayer in English and ask Rajivan Prabhu. He can compose something for you. Or Chat GPT, you can put, they'll give you something. Improper thing, but it will still give you.
It might be a big work for Prabhuji. Yeah. Prabhu, yeah,
I think one sign, Mataji. I think others are also
yeah,
waiting.
I have a small question.
Yes, Mataji.
Can I ask the question, Prabhuji?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. That was from Tesla Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Actually, you mentioned that when we recite Gita slokas in front of the deities, that is considers devotional service. And how about reciting the slokas during various activities like household chores or especially taking shower? Is it still considered as a devotional service?
Yeah, whenever is possible. But when we are talking about specifically performing devotional service, that we take our time and our full attention and do that toward the Lord. But
Okay.
other times when we are engaging in other works, that time also we can do that. Just like when we are chanting, we take our time and full attention and chant. It doesn't mean that other times when I'm working, I cannot chant, or when I code, I cannot, utter the names of the Lord in my mouth. I can do that. But that usually you don't consider part of your regular chanting, but that is very good to do.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Radharanjan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. You have a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, again, coming back to Stava and Stotra. So,
Yes.
I was remembering the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, the famous verse where there is a very beautiful prayer that Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Stunvanti Divya Stavair. So, Divya Stava, all these great personalities, they are singing Divya Stava. They are so they are also reciting somebody else's stava or verses. That is that what meaning is? The very first line.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I think that is what it is. It is translated here by chanting transcendental hymns and reciting the Vedas. So we have a separate thing, Veda also separately given.
Yeah, in the second goes to Veda Sangha Padakrama.
Correct. So that is, see, again, it's there's a high level difference when you're differentiating between stava and stotra. But I think some places it might be interchangeably used. We cannot apply that principle everywhere.
Mhm.
But that's a general definition between stava and the stotra.
Yeah, because after when I studied this verse, my understanding was stava is it's at a very different level. It's a high quality, and that's why Krishna can be glorified by stava, not stotra. Stotra is also good, but stava is much higher. I don't remember exactly what I read that time, but that's what because here it says that Brahma, Varuna, Rudra, they are also glorifying Supreme Personality of God.
Which makes sense because the thing is, they are all very highly capable people, and they compose their, they would use, though they are composing, like, we see the Brahma Samhita and other things, they would also the standard prayers as well. So,
thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, I have one question, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, point number 35 says that humble request. So,
Yes.
can you clarify? Means, is it something we on a daily basis talk to Lord, or any request, not material, but anything spiritual request you made to Lord?
Okay. So, हरिमुद्दिश्य यत् किंचित कृतं विज्ञापनं गिरा मोक्ष द्वारारगं मोक्षः तेन एव विहितः samprarthana. So he gives multiple divisions within that. Samprarthana, offering prayers, and then dainya bodhika, accepting your own lowliness in front of the Lord, and then lalasa. So lalasa is your emotions you are offering to the Lord. Utpanna bhavasya iti betaha. So all this, again he puts ityadi. There are so many things with that. So you can offer your prayers, or you can accept your lowliness in front of the Lord, or you can offer your emotions. This is what I have for you, oh dear Lord. Just like how you will talk to your wife or children, I love you this much, like that. You can talk to the Lord also like that.
Yeah, so just talk to the deities or talk to the Lord like that, whatever you do in your daily basis.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else has any questions? Otherwise, I have a question. That's why.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
So, Prabhu, meditation, regarding meditation, right? In the meditation, we can also serve the Lord, right? In the meditation. So, suppose if I want to offer, any bhoga to the Lord, I can do it, right? In the mind. So because Prabhu, if I want to suppose offer 11 items to the Lord in my mind, okay, ready-made items I can offer. So is it a silly question? But Prabhu, but still, is it ready-made is okay, or I have to cook even in the meditation, because some items, suppose whatever I want to offer to the Lord, I won't be able
Depends
to.
on your capability. If you can focus on the entire cooking process, if you have that much sattva in your mind,
I don't know
then
that's
so then
ready-made
or
items.
my mind's attention is very small, and I can only focus on small things. Then you can do that as well. You have a lemon rice. You can offer that in your front of the Lord. You can do that as any part is also fine.
So I don't need to actually cook in my meditation, right? I mean, ready-made items I can offer, like whatever I want to, 11 items, suppose lemon rice, gulab jamu, or something, kachori, or something like that. I want to offer to the Lord. So I don't need to make in my meditation. Just I can offer to the Lord, right, Prabhu? Is it?
Correct. Yes, it's fine.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Very much, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you, devotees, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Rajivan Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Mancha kalpatarubhyas,
Prabhu.
Adhyayavacha pita.
Vaishnaveभ्यो
Vaishnava,
Yeah.